Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome to my show. It's been said that one of the most important things in life is having an attitude of gratitude. Many of us forget that. So joining us to remind us of that is David A. Cary. He is with StillThankful.com. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Glad I could be here.
Now, your life kind of took a right turn, I guess, a couple decades ago. Will you tell us about that?
Yeah, we've taken a number of turns along the road. It was 1995. We had 2 little boys. Austin was about 4, and Trenton was 11 months old, and we were totally surprised. We had no idea there was anything wrong with him. It turned out his heart was enlarged, and we almost lost him. He was at Children's, hanging on by a thread is the way they termed it, and he was in desperate need of a transplant. They said you need to be prepared. A heart may not come available, and we were blessed to get a heart within 2.5 days. And we went through a lot of ups and downs during that time. And he recovered fast, got out of the hospital on his first birthday, went home, and everything was great. And everyone said, you should write a book about that. I never got around to it. And so after some years and some other right turns, finally got around to creating StillThankful.com.
I love it. The Children's put together a wonderful video. We're going to pause for a second and roll that right now.
Trenton's body was white. His lips and fingernails were blue. His body was cold. They lost him for 9 minutes, and when they brought him back, one of the doctors said it was a 1 in 10 chance a kid in this shape was going to come back. And that's when the talk of transplantation started.
They said at best he had 2 weeks. Now he just needed to hold on a little bit longer. The days went by minute by minute.
The nurses,
Oh, they're amazing.
they're beyond awesome. Trenton was totally snowed, and Dawn would put colored pictures on the window for him and talk to him like he's wide awake and wash his hair. And what really stood out to me, above all, was the fact of how human these people were about the humans they were caring for. It was a really tough time. Thursday morning, just after midnight, I picked up the phone and said hello, and Valerie said, we got a heart. We were on the list 2.5 days. That transplant was everything.
For a while, every day I was just thinking, well, what's going to happen tomorrow? How long does he have? Or what's going to happen? And I realized I was missing out on today.
You don't really have any other option but just to learn to relax and accept what has to happen and take it as it comes.
When Trenton was a senior in high school, the transplant meds caused cancer in his abdomen. So now, at this point, then we're going through oncology, going through 4 rounds of chemo. I've had people say he has got to have just an incredible outlook on life, or such an appreciation for life. And I'm going, no, he just wants to move on with life. Just do the regular stuff. Get a job, get married, get a dog. You just live like like you would otherwise.
Wow, I got goosebumps. That's a beautifully produced video, and he's about to celebrate an anniversary
In a few days. This will be the 25th anniversary of his first heart transplant.
Wow. How's he doing? Give us an update.
He is about as great and boring as you can get. He's graduated, he's a software developer, employed, married, has a dog, babies. He's great.
And I love it that after all this time, you haven't lost sight of what's really important. One of the things that's really cool about StillThankful.com, bunch of videos on there and blogs. We're going to roll a little video of you in Canada, just talking about gratitude, and this is something that you feel is important to remind people of the simple things in life, right?
Yeah, it's so much of this stuff I wish hadn't happened to us, but the fact that it did created the opportunity for our friends and family to provide some support for us, where you've got to be so thankful. Regardless of the outcome, there are some really good things that happen along the way where these people are able to step in and help us out.
Yeah.
That's being still thankful. In spite of life's challenges, I'm still thankful.
So when you come up with a new video or a new blog, what's your inspiration?
Sometimes it's current events. I blogged recently about Kobe. And the fact that here's a guy who achieved so much in his life, but I'm living longer than him, which is better? Because you think about the stuff he's accomplished, the people he's impacted, you have to be thankful that in spite of that short life, he was able to create such impact. And could we be so blessed to create that kind of impact on others, with our lives? Things like that. Sometimes it goes back to historical things, people that want to know what our families has gone through. What's it like to be in ICU, to know your kids in the operating room, I have a blog that hasn't come out yet that I'm going to tell people about ICU psychosis at some point. It was one of the wildest things we've ever seen.
Wow. Now, I know you started stillthankful.com to draw attention to the medical needs out there, but you're now being called to get companies involved in philanthropic efforts. Why don't you describe that?
Yeah, so we still thankful that they hear that and they think it's a nonprofit, but no, it's a for-profit LLC. The thought being that you can accomplish a lot more when you combine the nonprofit efforts with for-profit opportunities to drive each other. The profitability from businesses can create a lot bigger impact a lot of times, and so there's plenty of opportunities on the philanthropic side, be it volunteering, gifts, financial, whatever it may be, when they're matched up with that profitability that drives scalability and sustainability.
Yes.
That's where you can really achieve a lot more. So that's what I've been thinking about with Still Thankful. To this point, honestly, it's mainly just been blogging and videos, things like that. But along the way, as I've been doing this, other things have been coming to me saying, well, how can we do this? How can we put these pieces together? And that's been rewarding, trying to help them.
I think that's beautiful, and especially these days, young people will choose an employer based on, how are they giving back to the community. So, for instance, if you came to a company and the company wanted to get involved in the homeless movement somehow, you would find a way to plug them in?
Yeah, we can find a way to plug them in. It depends partly on what are the goals. Are they doing it solely to give the employees something to do? That's okay. Do they have something in in the mission of their business that aligns with homelessness? Are they a home builder, a supplier, something like that, where they might align with homelessness? Then they have a way to actually drive their brand if that's what they want to do. There are multiple ways of matching it up. Companies have multiple resources that they can use for achieving an outcome.
Well, thank you for reminding us all about how important gratitude is, and we're going to put your website up right now. Stillthankful.com is how you reach David A. Cary, and thank you so much for blessing us with your presence and the difference you're making on the planet.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.